Hello, hello.
Hello.
Where's the camera? There's the camera.
Hello.
I'm sideways now. I don't know where to
Are
look.
you searching for meaning after what happened?
Hello. Searching for life.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the Late Night Snack. We are here tonight to discuss what is American Horror Story Season 10 Double Feature Part 2. Tonight to discuss what was the title
Death
again?
Valley.
Yes, Death Valley. But what was this? It was the
The Future Perfect.
Future Perfect, which was the finale.
Yeah. Which was
I'm one of your wonderfully, beautifully confused hosts, Irish Melly, along with the amazing DeWanda,
Who is also confused.
the non-spinning tonight, that guy.
Oh, I'm not confused. I'll tell you exactly how I feel.
And the beautifully gorgeous Miss Lady Di.
I'm not confused at all either. I know exactly how I feel about this shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yay. Di and I are going to have a similar show for once.
Oh, okay.
I mean, for this crap, I think I might need to put.
Oh, yep.
I might need
There
to
you
bring
go.
her to the table tonight because
Maybe.
I don't know how the fuck I could even look unless I was maybe looking under
There you go,
her
morning.
face because
Putting the Dark Jedi robes on.
Oh, there you go.
Life stuff.
All right.
Okay, who's in the house?
Who's in the house? Let's see who's
Anybody?
in the house. We got Frank Hayes in the house.
What's up? What up?
We got
I'm looking at you.
our lovely Debbie Ebby is in the house.
Who?
Debbie.
Debbie.
Oh, no, she said somebody was looking at me. I said, who?
No, me.
Oh, okay.
We have Blaze is in the house. Hey, Blaze.
Blaze.
Lasers in the house.
Let's see. Who else? Julie Green.
What's up, Julie?
Hi, Julie.
Hola, ¿cómo está? Escucha al amor.
White Bear Productions is also in the house.
Right there. Whoop, whoop.
Oh, Alicia's here.
Alicia.
Hi, Alicia.
Hi,
Mwah.
beautiful.
Welcome to the party, girl.
Could be a fun show tonight.
Woohoo.
Yeah, I really
Where's-
want to hear what the hell she thinks.
Where's B?
Woo.
Let's
He
see,
hasn't
Maureen?
shown up yet.
Maureen,
And
Okay.
Maureen is here.
Welcome back, Maureen.
our
Mwah.
Irish sister.
Who?
Let's see. I'm trying to see if he snuck in without me knowing. 'Cause
Who?
sometimes
He'll just randomly pop up with his
he'll
smarty
just
comment.
randomly pop up and say
Oh,
something.
yes,
Yeah, BB
Boris.
like, fuck, late.
Yeah. No, he's not here yet.
Okay.
My cat might have something to say about this. This is normally when he gets his dinner. So
Shoot. Nuke ain't got nothing to say.
Boris, and then yes,
Okay, so, there. What are we doing? Who's... Okay, so first off, I want to ask everybody. Can you hear me?
my Halloween kitty.
Our audience. We want a thumbs up or a thumbs down if you liked this. Just black or
We
white.
just want to know: is
Did
everybody
you like this
happy
nonsense,
with
or
that?
did you not? Thumbs up,
Did
thumbs
you
down.
like it?
I want to get a feel of who.
Yeah, that's
And
all we
not-
want to know.
Thumbs
And
down.
just so you,
Muscle
so
minutes.
you guys know, we're going to do our usual rant and review.
Everything's
for
gonna be the
you
same,
guys.
but I just want to know
But
who
we're
I'm
going
talking
to
to.
do something a little different where we're going to have a little more fun at the end of this
Yeah.
finale that we had.
There's
So
the-
we're going to have some fun with some games. And what we're going to do is we're going to play a Would You Rather AHS Season 10 edition. So if you guys have come up with any good Would You Rather ideas, questions for that pertaining to this season, put them in the
Okay.
comments below because we want to read those out too.
Maureen and Julie, thumbs down. Debbie, thumbs up. Blaze, más o menos. Comme si, comme ça.
Yeah.
Debbie is a big thumbs up.
Blaze
B
is
a big thumbs up.
Blaze is I'm kind of happy, so they're in between on that
Comme
one.
si, comme ça.
Okay, interesting.
Close the door. Somebody's working.
B gives it a thoroughly enjoyed.
White Bear.
White Bear, we got mixed on that one.
Mhm.
It seems to be kind of the consensus. Either you
Yeah,
like it or you're mixed about it.
Either
It
did or you
doesn't seem
didn't.
like
Oh,
there's
no.
a whole lot of
And
plain
Oh,
Our
Alicia.
lovely
Oh.
Alicia
Ooh, I spoke too soon.
has spoke. Yes.
Alicia's with me. I
Look
got
at
you.
she's got 4 of them, so she
Yeah.
like takes up enough thumbs down to even
I,
out.
I got you, girl. I got you, girl. You
Yeah, we got you,
be over
girl.
here on my camp tonight.
Oh.
This is going to be the ultimate that guy rant.
Bum, bum, bum.
I can't understand how this season gets more hate than Apocalypse. Oh, I like this
Oh.
one.
Oh, man.
I can. Y'all know I can.
We were just saying.
Hmm. Yep. Okay,
Yeah.
so should we do a
Y'all
recap
don't
first?
get me. So look at
Yeah, let's do a
Alicia's
let's
comment.
go into a recap first so everybody knows
Okay.
what we're talking about.
Okay, so if I can remember what the hell went on. So we
start off with the sirens and everything.
Yeah. Well, basically in a nutshell, I don't want to go through a long recap. We're back in the 60s, back in the Vietnam War time. We're still
72, Watergate.
Yeah,
we're
72.
still a lot. Yeah.
And that was, and we'll talk about that. But yeah, we go from 72 to 69 to back to 72 to present day.
Basically, in a nutshell,
They
they're showing in all of this stuff that. Oh, you guys, it's gonna start early for me. We're gonna shit all over.
Or you want me to
Shit
do
all over 3 American presidents. First off, the aliens were responsible for the Vietnam War. They were responsible for Nixon's resignation. They were responsible for Ike's death.
No.
Oh my God.
Actually, he just died.
My head.
It's basically everything that's happened since they landed.
Yeah.
There's
They're responsible.
versions.
Anything big and catastrophic, especially it seemed to the United States, to America.
So we got to the point where Ike was telling his wife that he regretted signing the treaty. These people are taking over. She says, you did what was right. You saved this world. Cody Fern is walking around here, Billy Badass and stupid. And that's when we go into the Vietnam War stuff and realize that the aliens were in charge of the Vietnam War, and Nixon was not going to resign. And then they came down. They said that they took him up to the spaceship, fucked him up the ass. Nixon's got to resign.
Because he was at the Watergate. He was at the Watergate, so they went to investigate him.
Well, yeah, Valiant Thor had an office at Watergate, Nixon said. And so he told Henry Ford they wanted to bug it. Or not Henry Ford, he told the guy who came in, that's right. And told him he wanted to bug it to get the information. Nixon was paranoid that they were trying to take him down.
We learned that Kissinger is an alien, a different species of alien. All of a sudden, we have a new alien species here at the last episode. Let's just introduce that garbage out of nowhere. So we got a whole new species in here. And what's this? He was one of them. They were lizard aliens. I don't know. You guys do the recap because I'm gonna get so goddamn mad.
Okay,
start going off.
In a nutshell, they're basically telling us how the aliens, all of the shit that's happened to us, our humanity and our history, is just to deflect from the fact that they are trying to create the perfect hybrid so that they can save their planet. Little things happen, like you find out the Vietnam War, and then he's like, we have other things planned, so they got rid of Nixon, and they're basically responsible for every bad thing that happened to humanity through the 70s. They didn't go past the Vietnam War.
No, they didn't go past Vietnam.
And they didn't go past the presidents past Nixon, which, thank God. Can I just say, amen to that? So there, and then it shoots. I'm gonna just jump right to Cindy Crawford Jr. They're having their babies. They find out that the boys took the one baby out and he killed them. And it was really weird. What I didn't get a couple of different things. Was why did the boys have a baby that they said was really going backwards? And then why would the next 2 babies be almost perfect and then the one baby be perfect? Right? Like they went from bad to good.
Backwards, because when the first boy had his baby, Isaac, remember she told him that it was closer.
It was closer. But then when
Yeah.
the other couple guy, I forget his name, I apologize. When he had
Cal.
his baby, it suckered his face at the end of the last episode.
The face
And
fucker.
then you find out Mamie's been living at Area 51 along with, Steve Jobs and anybody else who maybe, just
It's nonsense. It's all nonsense.
it's kind of a bunch of bullshit if you ask me. But then they of course we know that Kaya was going to give the perfect baby. We knew that from when they were all pregnant. So she goes to have her baby and it's perfect. And then Mamie's regretting helping the aliens and she tries to get Calico to go and help her. And they go in when the baby is being born and she has a knife in her hand. She's going to kill this baby and maybe it'll take another 60 years before and mankind can keep going because they find out they don't need us. They're so much better. They're so much more evolved. We have fucked up our planet. We have destroyed everything. We are selfish people and they're happy to coexist with the lizard people, which how that came into being. All of a sudden, Kissinger is
where the lizard people come from.
It's like they took every urban legend that they had about from the moon landing to there's people among us who are really different lizard peoples. And also what I didn't get was what is Angelica Ross? She's not the alien.
She's like a midwife kind of deal.
She's not a hybrid because they hadn't made a perfect hybrid yet.
She's like a midwife.
I wouldn't ask why. I have a totally different take on why this season existed. I wouldn't ask why to explain anything because none of this makes sense. It's all nonsense. And I think there's a bigger reason for this season. And that's why I'm so pissed. But anyway, go on.
Okay, so then at the end, Kaya Gruber has the baby. She gets upset. They say, well, we just need your body. We don't need you. They slit her. They cut her head off. They put on a Borg head.
That's cool.
They need to use her as an incubating machine. And they realize she's having a child every hour.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They sped up the process.
And Cody admits to Mamie that, you're going to be in our books, but basically we're going to annihilate the human race. And we're going to take over this earth because you fucked it all up. And we need somebody to be the mama to them. So they see Calico is like the weak person who just wants to exist. They bring Calico over to show her the little baby and they say, you're going to be the mama for everybody. You're going to be whatever you're going to be. And then it's fucking over.
Yep.
Yeah.
Did I miss anything?
No.
Nope.
It's nonsense.
No,
all right.
You got it.
That was it, right?
Does anybody want to do their 2 minutes before I do my 2 hours?
We can't even use our catchphrase because we're on the same fucking page.
Mm-hmm. Good. This episode's not it.
I'm going to keep mine short and sweet because...
Okay, so let's see. We have a lot of... Let's read some comments before we do some rants. I got it, Dawn. Let's see. Oh my God, why did they make... Okay, so Frankie's doing the game already. Frankie, wait till the end. Say them over again, please.
No, I'm writing them down.
She's writing them down.
Write one down.
Okay, you're writing them down? Okay. Like, would you rather have an alien baby or a pale baby?
Yeah. Keep it coming. Keep it coming.
Why did they make Kissinger the lizard? Yeah, I don't get that part of it. Other than like maybe there's more than one alien race and that our Earth is worth so much more than we really think it should be. Maybe it's like this cautionary tale.
Don't ask why. Don't ask why.
Why lizard people instead of pale people? I adore Nixon resigns. There are some funny things. Nixon resigns to avoid future butt stuff.
Felt unfinished. Yeah.
T-shirt idea. Nixon's face with eyebrows raised. Big text saying, "No, not there." Instead of I won't lie. We all agree the reptilian sidetrack shit was unnecessary. Yes, Debs. Yes, Mamie was deep throat. I thought I threw that in there, but basically explain all of Watergate and every single thing that's happened to us that's bad in history was because they did it. And they want to know, why didn't you just kill him? And they said, well, we already killed JFK and we already had suspicious deaths with, political people. So we can't do it. Let's see. Frankie's asking another question. I'm going to make a huge shirt that says, where was it, Blaze? Oh, that would you like some fudge? And I'll put a picture of Mamie and her fudge.
And then on the
that recipe is one I have used many times. Debs Debbie found that recipe and put it
Yeah.
up in our Facebook group. And I swear that's the fudge I have been making for you. I haven't made it recently. I think I want to go back and make some now. But
Okay. How much more we got? Because we're gonna go through our reviews here real quick because we'll
okay.
be doing this all night.
The Susan was more about conspiracy than aliens. Macaulay all day. It felt unfinished. Left me wanting more. Alicia is preach. Yes, ma'am. BRT says we need at least 2 more episodes of Death Valley. 8 more episodes would have hit the spot. And Debbie says she wishes she has more. Okay,
let's go around the clock. Done.
And Dawn.
All right.
Done.
All right. I'm gonna keep it short and sweet because I think we're all gonna be repeating ourselves this evening. I hated every frame, every second of this entire. I hated it. It was horrible. I mean, honestly, I think the ending of Red Tide was better than this.
I agree.
I mean, seriously, what were they thinking when they did all of this? They had 4 writers. They had 4 writers on this episode. You would think one of them would figure it out.
Well, they figured it out.
No, that was a complete and total mess. I mean, we could have just had. Could we have just had all of Red Tide? It would have made more sense.
Yep.
So that's really all I can say on that because I know there are certain people on this stream right now that are going to say exactly what I want to be said. So I'm gonna leave that open for that. So who wants to?
Okay, Mel.
Go ahead, Mel.
Go ahead, Mel.
Thank you for saying this, but I didn't hate the whole thing. I did not like the end. Not at all. Not at all. I was very dissatisfied. I was very kind of like, what the fuck? We went from like history sci-fi to some low budget type of B-rated sci-fi flick. And that's what it felt like. But I haven't really liked any of this present day stuff they've been doing, you know, other than like Calico, and then, you know, we see Mamie come in with Calico, and, you know, that was interesting. But I like to see Sarah and Leslie share the scenes and all. It was great. Their chemistry was great. But I liked the faux history weaving.
Oh,
you know,
God.
just these theories and speculations that are still conspiracy theories that are still out there, you know, the lizard people and everything else, Deep Throat, who was Deep Throat, you know, things like that. So I did like that, you know, Ryan did what he usually does with history. He put his own little spin on it and made it connect to something else. And I enjoyed that. I expected that. I knew that was coming. We've seen the buildup of that throughout this season, especially with, you know, part 2. But yeah, I really, like, overall, I was dissatisfied because the ending was just shit. And they spent a lot of time on this hybrid baby and telling us, and I was waiting for it to be something. And, you know, I agree with B completely. You know, if we would have had like 2 more episodes to just explain some stuff or to end it well, it would have been way better.
That's good. Okay, Diane.
Okay, so what I'm going to do, because we all kind of feel the same way, is I'm going to take the opposite side for argument's sake, not because I like it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to say that I think, okay, first, hold on. Y'all have to see this shirt. Okay, read it out, Mel.
It says, on a dark desert highway, cool wind in my hair.
And it's a witch, because it's Halloween. Get it? And I saw the Eagles Wednesday, and they were fucking awesome. Anyway, so I think what he was trying to do, not saying I liked it, not saying I wanted any of it, was to be a true old school double feature.
No.
One that had nothing to do with the other. Well, this is just my take.
Okay.
And that all it does is tell us how fucked up people are. They either go for fame and fortune, or we ruin the earth and the aliens are taking over. That being said, I liked Red Tide a hell of a lot more than I liked Death Valley, because I don't like old B black and white alien movies. I felt like that Apocalypse was a fucking masterpiece compared to this.
Amen.
Amen.
Preach.
But I liked Apocalypse.
I
In
hated
all
it. I
honesty, I
agree
really did.
exactly.
I
Mhm.
liked
I liked
Apocalypse.
Apocalypse.
There was
I
things I
really
didn't
did.
like about it, but I overall liked Apocalypse.
It was disappointing. Oh, to me, the most disappointing thing was because Red Tide started so good.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
got Asylum. I don't mean like Asylum, Coven, Murder House, up until Hotel, all the way up until Hotel. Every single one from me was so good.
Mm-hmm.
Not Roanoke. Cult was just probably good, but not for me. 1984, yeah, and I liked Apocalypse, but I didn't feel as excited as I did the first 5 seasons. And I'm going to go back to my Star Wars analogy.
Mm.
Everybody liked the first beginning of Star Wars, and then they fucked it all up because they ran out of shit to do. And they kept introducing more stuff because where can you really go? And at this point, what do we really expect? He's spinning off in so many different ways.
Yeah.
Now, that doesn't mean that fucking Sarah Paulson didn't hit it out of the park. Angelica Ross was cool when she was on. I mean, there were some good people. I mean, the guy that did Nixon made me want to puke, quite honestly.
Yeah.
I just. Okay, so Deb says it's classic double feature and it was full of references. Yeah, I mean, he was just calling back to these old B movies, and I'm actually not really into that. So that's like probably a whole different way of me looking at it. But this is how I judge an American Horror Story. Would I go back and watch it again? No,
No.
fucking way.
No.
Except for maybe the first 3 episodes, so I can see Evan Peters and Frances Conroy sing.
And it
then I
wasn't
would watch
even that memorable because I found myself looking back and trying to remember like the buildup of just part 2, like where we started and like even the black and white, like where was it at? What happened again? And I know we're waiting week by week rather than binging, and that does it too. But like normally you remember a lot more of it, and it just doesn't seem memorable.
It just I can't even. Who's eating Mamie's fudge? We're streaming at a different time, so my dinner is sitting in the other room. So I just have water. Okay, White Bear liked Apocalypse. I did too.
I did.
I didn't hate it at all. I thought it was a really interesting story. It wasn't an asylum, it wasn't a coven, it wasn't a freak show, but I don't think any of them are ever up. The first 5 to me are untouchable.
Yeah.
The first 5 to me, completely untouchable. The rest are all kind of subject to what you like. Like, I'm not a slasher person, but I try to get into 1984 because I was alive during 1984. And Richard Ramirez was like in my neighborhood. So I try to get into that part of it, But I just feel like they made out with us. They got us all sexed up. We had lots of foreplay.
You're hitting it right there. You're hitting it right there. You're hitting my point right there. And I'm gonna elaborate that on
no orgasm.
Turn. Yeah.
Never finish us.
Yep. On that note, that guy, you ready?
Yeah. You all ready? Diana started on the same. Okay. Dawn was first thing I said when I called Dawn after I watched this was, "Is it 3 strikes you're out?" Because I'm like, am I still a fan anymore? So I hated Apocalypse. I hated 1984, and this season, that finale, I didn't just hate. That pissed me off. Ryan pissed me off last night, as a fan, as a viewer, and I think that's what Diana started to hint on, is I think this season was consciously written. If you look at the whole season, and how it was all laid out, it was crafted meticulously for a specific reason, and that was to go to the viewership and say, "We got you. We fucked with you." Because what it did is it set up everything that was so perfect to be like this big. Everybody's waiting on the big connections and the big twist, and Sarah Paulson's Mamie was going to be Karen, and it was going to lead into that. Everybody's waiting for this big twist, and they were playing it. Who was the last 3 characters alive? Angelica Ross, freaking, what's her face, Calico, Coco, whatever the fuck her name is, Calico, and then and Mamie and Sarah Paulson, which is leading up to the 2 that were left during Roanoke. I mean, not Roanoke, during Red Tide. And so it led to this big, oh my God, is that how they're going to connect it? I even put in the boards last night. I was like,
I didn't think they were going to connect it.
I was like, is this how they're going to connect it? I was like, oh no, fuck, I'm out. And I was just waiting for this connection. If you go back and you piece it all together, it was crafted to be a got you moment. I don't appreciate got you moments. I don't appreciate to be played as a fool when I'm watching entertainment, and that's what I felt like. I felt like they were playing us for fools. I think this was their inside joke on the fan base, because this is exactly what it felt like, and that pissed me off. Another thing that pissed me off about this season, you guys know how, and this is just me, about real life events, real serious life events that they're going to fictionalize. The Vietnam War is fucking serious. Nixon, Eisenhower, and all that stuff. If you lived through the Vietnam War and all these families who were devastated and the world was torn apart by the Vietnam War, you're going to sit there and say aliens came down and fucked Richard Nixon up the ass and that was the reason why he resigned. There's a lot of serious bullshit behind that stuff. And as a product of the Vietnam War, that really offended me as well. I'm so tired of writing his twisting fiction, interweaving
That's
these
what he
crazy
does.
ass
I mean,
things.
that's his MO.
It's not me.
True.
And I'm really going to question.
We know it's gonna happen.
I hated the fact that that's why they assassinated
there is
the most wonderful president we ever had in our country. That who is
there
so
is
loved.
there's tasteful ways to do that, and then there's ways that piss people off like me, and that's every single one that pissed me. Mamie as Deep Throat. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I didn't
with
like
that
that
nonsense.
either.
I mean,
whereas I didn't mind
distasteful.
1984. I didn't like Richard Ramirez with
Richard
Montana.
Ramirez,
To me, was funny.
I asked you to ask one of the victims' families if that was funny. It wasn't going to be funny. None of that shit. I mean, these are real life people that were devastated by this shit, and he's gonna poke. See, this is so distasteful for me. It's not funny. This crap is not funny. It's like if you're gonna deal with something, if you're gonna twist history, like the beginning of it was cool with kind of the conspiracy theories mixing in of things that we don't know in history and things that could be kind of just weird. But when you take major, serious ass events that has shaped the sculpt of humanity and devastated the world, and you poke fun of it. That's not. It's just me. It's not funny.
Yeah, but I think the ending made that nonsensical because the ending was like, "Oh, and we're going to take over your world." Well,
you can't offend somebody and then apologize for it. It's bullshit. And see, maybe I'm just too sensitive to that kind of stuff now. I hated the Richard Ramirez crap and this president stuff with. You don't show Rich as much as people hate Richard Nixon. You don't show him getting butt fucked on TV. These are presidents of the United States. These are people who changed our lives and shaped this country. I have more respect for people than that. It's just, I don't know. I asked myself, am I a fan anymore? I mean, I was really overly offended by this. Was I not mad last night? I mean, I was hot last night. And it's like, and I went through and I looked at like other people's, reviews and stuff. There were people just as mad as I was. I mean, he pissed a lot of people off last night with this garbage. And it's like,
do we take this too seriously?
They proved to me during American Horror Stories that they've still got it. And some of those stories were absolutely brilliant. But then when you go and you do stuff like this, it's almost like, I really wish this series would have ended after like Cult. Just be done with it, go out with it on a high, and not just utter this garbage out. I mean, this was just go back and just think about my theory and go back and look at how all the episodes were laid out. It was a season of a gotcha moment. That's all it was. That's why they ended abruptly like that. It ended abruptly so that you as a viewer were going, what the fuck?
And then you see behind the scenes to see if that's what, gotcha. Ryan always gives his 2 cents at the end.
Yeah, he needs to.
And maybe it's nothing like I said, I just think it's a cautionary tale of how we're fucking with our Earth and this and that. But then at the end, when the aliens were taking over, I thought, oh, it's a B movie from the 50s and War of the Worlds and
it was too perfect. It was too perfect a gotcha moment to not be crafted that way.
Mm-hmm. Well, not to mention the fact that they everybody on Earth is trying to do this needs to be connected to this and this needs to be connected to that. So at the end of it, he just basically said, okay, nothing is connected. To basically say, ha, see? It's like you guys want
to but he never said it was. So highlight Debbie's comment.
No. He didn't have to say it was. Look at how it was laid out. It was if you watch the character's development and you watch how the scenes were crafted, it was laid out to be like, oh my god. Even I hate connections, and I was like, go back to the boards. What I said last night. Is this how this is going to connect? That's because it felt that way. All the pieces were being put in place,
and have one not to do with the other. I will say that's what you called out in the beginning.
Well, that's exactly, and they did it and it was fine. They did it for the wrong reasons, though. They did it as a gotcha. They didn't do it as a true double feature.
Okay, so Debbie doesn't agree with you at all. 2 great little fun stories.
I'm not gonna apologize for it. I'm not gonna.
No. That's why we're here, so everybody can get her.
No, she said she mostly disagrees.
But then there's another comment after that one.
Hmm.
To be fair, okay. I'm just reading all the comments now. So White, White Bear like Apocalypse.
I'm with you, Debbie. I'm with you. I hate the information being laid out evenly. I hate even explanations that you don't have to tell me why. I can think for myself. I like that kind of shit. I like the mysteries, the lost kind of stuff. I like shit like that. But this is not about information. This was about crafting a season, crafting a plot line to have a moment at the end. Because how did you all feel when it just ended? What?
Well,
you were like,
that's
what?
kind of how those old 50s movies ended.
Because every single one of us watching was waiting for something more. It was the buildup was so crafted, so beautifully. It was written so beautiful to be waiting for something more. So it was a gotcha moment. Credits. Huh?
Honestly, I was looking forward to this season, but for me, it's been going downhill since Cult. Horror Stories gave me hope for Double Feature,
I agree.
but the season just missed the mark again. Absolutely, Alicia.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Exactly. It's like I said.
Julie said she thought Death Valley was trash, stupid, and ridiculous.
Yep.
And Blaze said Mamie carried Death Valley. Yeah, I was surprised at how much Sarah Paulson was in it, to be honest, after Red Tide.
Yeah. But let's just shit all over the real Mamie Eisenhower. It's not necessary. That kind of shit is not necessary.
It was almost exactly like the Twilight. Actually, Deb, I got that vibe too. To serve man.
Oh, I got Twilight Zone's episode 1 of Death Valley. It was absolutely structured after Twilight Zone, but it wasn't structured as a almost farcical kind of, because what was the point of the whole thing? The big moment was at the end.
Yeah,
and that maybe we're all aliens and we don't know it because all this was in the 70s.
Hey, maybe.
How does that have anything? How does that? But for the thematic thing of the double feature, and the stupidity of Red Tide's ending, up to this ending of this, after it's like you can't tell me that it wasn't constructed, perfectly to leave those two characters alive, which are the same two characters that were alive in Red Tide, plus the whole importance of Mamie's character, the whole importance of Karen's character. You can't tell me it wasn't
the last two people who were alive. Well, Angelica.
No. Look at Karen's character, and as well as Mamie Eisenhower died. But the importance of those two women in those stories was parallel, because we knew that Karen was the only one that had figured out that these creatures, and she didn't want any part of it. You have Mamie Eisenhower who figured out what was going on with the aliens, and that by the end she didn't want any part of it. It was parallel things, and you thought that it was going to come that they were all the same characters, or however you thought that it was going to go. It was crafted too perfectly. It was done intentionally. Or else, why did you have the same exact characters mean the exact same thing in each of the stories? It was to make us all think one thing and go on this big journey, and then for them to pull the carpet out from under us. The whole thing was developed that way. And Debbie, I challenge you to map it out for me, because it's exactly what I got from it.
I don't know.
It wasn't
it's
intelligent.
Just like
it wasn't.
Apocalypse was great till the car came out, but. I don't know. Usually
but that meant something, though. I hate Apocalypse. Don't get me wrong. I hate Apocalypse, but I never had a problem with Mallory the way she killed. We wanted more as far as like action adventure, but that made sense to why Mallory would do it that way. It was quick and it was easy.
Snap his neck like that. Like I want her to come out and go.
But Mallory as a young witch.
I wanted a little Samantha there.
How she killed him didn't matter. It was the fact that she went back and she killed him, and there it was. That was part of the plot line. That made sense for the plot line. Did we want more from that? Sure, but that's just entertainment.
Yeah, I just hated how she killed him. Other than that,
we didn't need
her going back in time and killing him was perfect.
Yeah, but this ending and the endings of both parts were not a Mallory hitting with a car. They were like a I don't know. Again, I've never been mad at a TV show. He pissed me off last night. No, I'm not ever watching again.
A little GOT moment there.
Okay, now everybody stop and take a deep breath.
Yeah, it's over.
Release our tension about this. Now, how do you feel?
How do we feel?
You even want to do ratings?
How do you feel? I need the season apart.
Why don't we rate
to
the
be able to
season
think about it
overall instead of the finale? How about that? We get everybody's rating for the season overall.
Mm-hmm.
So
Do you
One
want a
out of
rating, or
10.
do you want like where I put it, like next to?
No, just out of 10. You know, 1 being the
Well, my
lowest,
delay's
10
really.
being the highest. Where do you put the
I'm gonna
season
come out and come back in.
overall
My
with the
delay is really bad.
collective story or stories?
My delay is
StreamYard
bad.
does that.
Wait, Diana, hold on. I'm gonna go out and come back in. My delay is really bad.
Okay.
Okay.
And then there were 3.
Wow, I'm all down here. Let's see. So Blaze gives it an 8.5. Frankie gives it a 6.7. Deb's 8.5. Alicia, what would you rate it? I'm really curious. I'm gonna give it a big fucking 5.
The aliens
She
took
said
over
a
my
big
screen.
one now.
For the entire
Can you hear
season,
me?
Dad?
For this season, 5, and that's because Death Valley gets 0 and Red Tide. Actually, Red Tide's about a 7. But Death Valley gets 0 for me. Big goose egg, nothing. Nothing.
I'm gonna go probably, I'll say 7.5 to an 8. It's kind of leaning there because there were things I really did like about each one, but there were things I really didn't like. So if I were to rate them individually, it'd be a lot lower. But overall,
at least,
I'd say 7.5.
at least I wanted to keep watching. I will say that.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't
True.
go back and rewatch it ever, 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 ever.
No.
I don't know. I was thoroughly disappointed. Thoroughly disappointed, especially in the last 2 episodes. So, however, I am going to be somewhat generous and give it a 6.
Yeah, so mine is
So
a
that's
7 and a
kinda-
0. I'm rating them separately. So let's see. Maureen gives it a 7. Julie gives it a 5. Yes, Julie. Alicia gives it a 4. BRT gives it a 9.2. Blaze said Gaslight was the best episode this season. If they put an asylum connection, people would complain about the asylum connection. That's true.
Yeah, they would.
But I don't think that it was geared up for that. I thought Red Tide might have been.
Well, you know what I think it was? Part of it was,
Other than like, did Kid
remember
go
a
to
long
Area
time
55
ago,
and is he still alive?
Ryan said he didn't want to come back to Aliens. He said no. Flat out in interviews said that. But he knew the fans were clamoring for Aliens. And then we were promised we'd get Aliens. Or not promised, we were teased we'd get Aliens. So I
It's
think
better.
this is his way of
I can
giving
reboot.
aliens without giving them asylum aliens. Do you see what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Without making the connection on purpose, because he wasn't.
I'm not into the whole alien thing because
Yeah.
that's where everybody goes with all their shit when they can't explain anything. Oh,
All
thank
right,
you,
that guy.
Maureen.
All right, that guy. What is your rating?
What was my for this season? It's a 0. I'd never watch it again. I won't even own a copy of this in my repertoire. He pissed me off that bad. I won't watch it again.
I'm actually
Alicia
pissed
gave
at
it a 4.
I'm actually pissed at myself that I bought a season pass for this season.
Yeah, I won't ever put this garbage on again.
Oh, thank you, Maureen. Yeah, your 7 is for I give Red Tide a 7. Death Valley is 0.
The only thing
I-
that was redeeming
I
about season
agree
10
with
at all was
Maureen. She
some of
said
the
she did
performances.
really-
Lily
she
Ray's
did
performance,
really enjoy it.
Sarah Paulson's performance, those are the only things redeeming about this thing. But their performances aren't important enough for me to ever go back and watch their story again.
And actually, Neil
McDonough.
McDonough, he was good as Eisenhower.
Mhm.
I totally thought
I
he was
really
a great
did.
actor. I've liked him in
got
other
it.
things too. I think he would bring something to the table. Only thing I'm going to give it credit for is I wanted to know I kept watching because I was interested. I wasn't disinterested.
Well, I said in the beginning of the season, this is some of the best stuff I've ever seen. The beginning of Red Tide, I was over the moon. The beginning of Death Valley, I was like, oh my God, this is crazy. Both continuations, both endings of both
Sorry.
parts
I'm
ruined
not
this
laughing at you.
series. Absolutely
I'm
ruined this
laughing
series.
at B's
It felt
comment.
like they were way too short and way too rushed. And even if it didn't give us a shit ton more information, just a little bit more would have made it make sense.
I don't think so.
When
I
I
think
said
the
they didn't
point-
have enough
That's the
time,
thing,
Leslie
that's the
said they
big
did.
I think the time was absolutely fine. I think they had plenty of time. I think it was the direction they wanted to go with the show. If they wanted to choose a different direction with a different narrative for it and different wrap up. I mean, like you could have eliminated that finale of Red Tide and changed those characters' ending to be something a little bit more packaged, and then you could have done the same thing with Death Valley, and it would have been a good double feature.
And
But they
again,
wanted a specific direction.
even if the end of this was Finn at the house on the computer,
Exactly.
close the book,
That would have changed
that.
everything. That would have changed
just made
everything.
it a Dallas moment, people.
Yes,
They
that
could
would
have
change
said,
everything.
guess what? All this shit didn't happen. This is what he was
Yep.
writing. Maybe it was too predictable.
Yep, that would change
And it could have
the whole
been
thing.
2 seconds at the end, seeing him on the keyboard, stealing Lily in the back, holding the baby, and hearing Alma playing. You didn't even need her in the scene, and Finn closing the computer.
It would have
And
been
then
awesome.
it would have been, okay, that's what it was.
In both
Yeah,
to be in both
I
parts like
like
that, it would have been awesome because then you could even think in your head as you're thinking, oh, maybe that's why the historical figures were so fucked up, and and all this and all, because it was a writer messing with history. It was a writer messing with all this stuff. It was a writer.
I would have dealt with that way better than I dealt with this shit.
Me too.
But I would have liked it if they did that, but everything that happened to Red Tide still happened. But that was how they wrapped it up, because otherwise,
they wrapped it up like that.
everything
Well,
else
I guess you
makes
wouldn't know if Lily had the baby and it was behind him, because then
That would have been perfect, Diana. Absolutely, would change the whole thing for me.
Yeah,
I don't mind crap like that.
I mean, all you needed was to hear the violin playing, to have Lily holding the baby in the background and say, Harry, come get dinner. And he'll go, I'll be right there, sweetie. And then you see the end and he closes the computer. Done.
He could have even been like closes the computer, kind of giggling to himself, dick, and I'm talking about Nixon. It would have been perfect. But
that's
no,
exactly what I was expecting.
That's not what they were going for.
Next week, but oh well, I wanted to see Karen's. We all did, but we weren't meant to see all the things we wanted to see. He didn't want.
It was not important. All the stuff that we wanted to see was not important. That wasn't the point.
Bullshit.
The point was
But there was so much build up for all those little things that seemed important. You know what I mean?
Mel, there you go. You're using my words. They were building up. They were crafting it beautifully. They were crafting it for us to think that it was a gotcha moment.
That's because in other seasons we had to pay attention to everything. Because it was
I think this is Ryan's way to tell the fan base, you guys are way too involved in this. You guys take this stuff way too seriously. You guys are going this
like I just said. Are we taking all this shit way too seriously?
I mean, I think that's what the point of the season was. They crafted 10 episodes.
Highlight B's comment about the politicians. That's pretty funny, and that's why I was laughing before. I wasn't laughing at Michael.
I have to find it first.
It's the third one, the second or third one from the bottom. People should take corrupt politicians as seriously as they take a season of American Horror Story.
Mm-hmm.
No shit.
True.
No shit.
And we're not going to get into all that Michigas, but
I'm fine with corrupt politicians. I'm fine with kind of twisting history around, but I'm not fine with big events.
White House overnight.
Yep.
Like I said, if it would have all been like, okay, this is what he was writing, and he really is a brilliant writer, and he didn't need the pill.
It would have been
came
brilliant.
up with all this shit. I would have been okay with
the pill would have even been fictional at that point. The pill, they could have been everything could have just been fiction. Could have been this wonderful imagination, this young screenwriter. It would have been beautiful, but
a total Dallas moment. And then it would have been like, okay, it was all.
It would have been even Diana. It would have been even funny if he turned around and looked at Lily and goes, "Good morning," as a tribute to Dallas. It would have been fantastic. But no, that's not what he gave us.
Because I like I said, that's what I wanted to see in the beginning. She's holding the baby, the violin, and she's like, "Harry, come get your dinner." And he's like, "I'll be right there." And then, like you said, like laugh and go, "Ha ha ha, Dick Nixon," or something. Something that he made fun of, or I don't know.
If we could get people to muster up this kind of outrage over our country being corrupt to death.
Oh, I was outraged. I was outraged about the country, and I agree with you, B. We more people need to get mad. More people need to voice that they're mad.
But see, at the end of the day, I watch American Horror Story to forget about shit.
Yes, that's the thing too.
More frustrated.
I watch American Horror Story to escape, and you're right. It's getting me more frustrated. It does make me
mad. We're watching it for entertainment value, and right now all it's doing is frustrating the hell out of all of us.
Yeah, I was hot last night. Really hot.
I think from what I saw online, so was everybody else.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, saw that.
That is the consensus.
I saw people more angry than I was. I saw people more offended than I was last night. So I'm not the only one. I'm not preaching from some lonely soapbox. People were offended like I was last night.
Oops. Mike?
Yeah?
Hang on, I gotta go for a sec. I'll be back.
All right.
Okay, on that note, let's we all hated it.
All
There
right,
you go.
let's change directions
Yeah.
now, shall we?
Yeah.
Now let's lighten up and have a little fun.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's play Would You Rather AHS Season 10 edition.
Would you rather?
Lightheartedly.
Mhm.
All right, so we'll start
Good God.
with Would you rather take the black pill or have an alien baby?
Oh, I'll take the pill any day. Give me the pill.
I'll take the pill any
It's
day.
drugs.
Yup.
Then you got to suck blood.
No, but wait a minute. No, wait. If I was pregnant with an alien baby, I'd call Oprah. And then I'd be rich. And I wouldn't care about the alien baby. Oprah could keep the alien baby. And it could have its own yeah, I'll take the baby. Maybe
Oprah.
Isaac would come comfort me if I was
Oprah,
pregnant.
really?
Maybe Isaac would come comfort me when I was
Oh,
having
there
the
you
baby.
go.
I'm down with that.
There you go. Okay. I
I'm
would
back
take the
for a
pill.
couple minutes. I'm gonna have to go really quick.
I would take the pill.
Would I take the pill? Absolutely not.
No, the pill or the baby.
No, would you take the black
Debbie
pill or
wants
would you
both
have an
real
alien baby?
bad.
Neither. I tell him to go fuck off.
All right, Mel.
And
What would
Julie's
you?
having an alien baby.
A lot
Debbie
of
wants
people-
both.
Julie says alien baby. Let's see.
Mel, you
Blaze
didn't
says
answer.
alien baby.
I think I'd rather have the alien baby. I mean,
And-
I want all of the perks that come with the pill, but I don't want to have to drink blood for the rest of my life.
Yeah, no, that's gross. No, we're just going Oprah.
If you had to choose one, I'd take the pill because then I just go to the hospital, steal the blood.
There you go. See,
Ew.
you don't have to drink it. You don't have
There's
to drink
blood
it.
banks everywhere.
But
You
you
don't have
won't
to
be.
kill people for it.
Well, I guess you become famous either way. Well, I would
Debbie
because I'd be a
wants
male
the
having a baby, an
so
alien
it's
baby.
the pills for Debbie.
All right, what do we got next, Mel?
So, would you rather have an alien baby or a pale baby?
Is it a pale baby? You have to make a pale baby, don't you?
Yep.
Create a.
Regardless, you have a pale baby.
I'd rather have the alien baby because the alien baby is cute.
I'd rather have the alien baby because I can go on Oprah and be rich.
I'm gonna
That's
I'm gonna take the fifth on that question.
Why? Because you haven't. What?
These
I'm
says
gonna keep the
alien
fifth.
baby, freaking adorable. Yep. It's,
Yeah,
I,
but you don't know what that
They were
alien
cute.
baby
I was trying to get a
tastes
good
like.
screen capture of it because it was so cute. I was gonna put it on the thumbnail.
I
But the
was
baby
like,
was cute.
"Aw."
All right. Let's see. So, would you rather have Alma as your kid
Fuck
or
that bitch.
Thor, Valiant Thor as your partner's mistress?
Ooh.
Your partner's mistress?
Yeah, because
Yeah.
he was
Isn't he a
screwing Mamie
dude?
Eisenhower. He was supposedly screwing Mamie
Yeah, but that was
Eisenhower.
her. That was not a mistress. He was not a woman.
No, well, whatever. You know, an affair.
What was the question again?
Would you rather fuck Cody
Have
Fern,
Alma?
or would you
Alma,
rather?
who the fuck is Alma?
Yeah, would
And
you rather? Would you rather raise who the fuck is Alma, or would you rather fuck
Okay,
Cody
can
Fern?
I just say I'd rather fuck Valiant Thor than have Alma as a kid?
Yeah. I ain't going anywhere
Yeah.
near that little kid. That little kid would be
Yeah,
dead in
I
5
want,
minutes.
I want nothing to do with that little kid.
So
That-
I
that
would
kid
fuck
is
him. I
evil.
wouldn't have him be my partner's partner, but is that a good
Yeah,
enough
I'd
answer?
I'd want him for myself.
Cody
Take
Fern?
the pill and be a host,
Oh
then
my
you will
God.
have
Okay,
your
you
supply
have
of
to
baby
highlight
blood.
Debbie's on the
I
last
want
one.
nothing to do with Cody Fern.
And Debbie says she's going to take the pills and be a host. Then you have your own supply of baby blood. Oh my God. That's
Oh my
awful. Don't
God.
eat your babies.
That's vile. Oh my god.
Oh my God, Debbie.
Debbie.
Oh, everybody
Ding
else
dong.
likes Julie likes Thor.
Ding dong.
Blaze
Who's
likes
there?
Thor. He is a personal massage.
Debbie's a little much.
Oh my goodness.
But that's what she compared him
he's not the
to.
personal
She's funny.
massager.
Debbie's hilarious. We're
Well,
just teasing
no,
you, Debbie. You're
yeah.
hilarious. It's great.
Yeah.
Amy
Is he
compared
though?
Thor
Is he?
to her massagers because he was a robot.
What? What are we talking about?
Well, the
Mamie.
ironic part here is when he catches them, he tells Mamie about, or they talk about how she was caught with her personal masseuse or massager last time.
In the tub. She's
Yep.
like, he's my personal massager. He's not real. She has no problems, screwing him.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right, Blaze has a good one. Would you rather be in Red Tide or Death Valley?
Oh,
What do you mean be in? Like act in or be in those towns?
Like, I guess be in that scenario, be
Oh.
in the story.
Oh, okay.
Red Tide.
Red Tide.
Red Tide, yeah. No, I don't know. I think I would rather
I
be
don't know.
in.
I think Death Valley might be a little safer. Your chances of getting abducted
No,
might.
I hate the
I
fucking
think
desert.
I
It's
think
too
I'd rather
hot.
be. I'd rather be in these black and white period of Death Valley.
Not me. Too hot in Death Valley. It's too close to home, actually.
I know. That's why I said I want the other one because
I want to be in the ocean.
yeah, too hot for me. I have to deal with that all the time anyway. So
Because but if you go to the 50s or 60s in Death Valley, things were still developing, so it wasn't like as intense.
But it was interesting that he said they picked Area 51 because it kind of reminded them of their home planet.
yep,
Yeah.
because it was desolate.
So,
We got a lot of red tides going on here.
B is
Red
Death
Tide.
Valley. Deb is Death Valley. Maureen wants to meet Macaulay Culkin. Julie and Maureen and I are all going to Provincetown.
I'd like to go to Provincetown.
All right.
Would you rather marry Doris or Mamie? Mamie.
Hmm.
Who's Doris?
Doris.
Lily.
Red Tide.
Lily.
Lily's
Lily.
character in
Oh,
Red
Lily.
Tide.
Oh, Lily.
I would say her. Yeah.
I would-
Mimi
No, I'd
was
rather marry
out
Mamie.
for herself. For
Yeah, I
sure.
would pick Lily's character over.
Oh,
Mamie.
Lily's the
No, I like
shit, man.
Mamie's. I would have given her shit.
See, this is the thing. I wouldn't have picked Lily's character. I'd have picked Lily.
But she has
Lily.
fun.
But, yeah, Mamie has fudge.
That was amazing.
Blaze is Mamie.
Everybody
Julie is
needs
Mamie.
Fudge.
Good old Mamie. Mm-hmm.
All right, you guys want me to wrap this up with one final one here?
Yep.
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
do that.
Yep.
I gotta get.
Would you rather have to outrun the pale people or be probed by aliens?
Oh, I'll be pro by aliens. I've been
I'm
practicing all my life.
Try to outrun the pale people.
No, I'd
Oh,
fuck with him. I'd hit him over the head. They
Probing,
wouldn't stand a chance.
being
I just
probed,
grab
that's
Buffy
easy.
from the cemetery and do away
That's
with him.
easy. That's easy. Probing. I've been practicing. Probing is good. We're good. I'm good.
If I'm going to a cemetery,
See?
Buffy's coming with me.
I could survive an alien invasion. Y'all are screwed. I could survive.
Yeah, I kind of have to agree with him on that one because I would never survive the pale people. Like I would, they would get me almost immediately. So
I couldn't outrun a Lambstones either. But if Buffy the Vampire Slayer was next to me, I'd be good. I'm just gonna cross over to another place
There we go.
and get
Just
Sarah.
the
The other Sarah.
Open it up.
All right,
Find
so
some
I want
Buffy
to say
connection
goodbye because I have to
resources.
go.
Okay, say goodbye. What's the,
Well,
what
guys,
is-
that basically wraps it up. We want to thank you guys.
Oh, wait,
for
wait, guys. Wait. Whoa.
I
Keep
was
your
going
head,
to
keep
say,
your head low.
but
Okay. Oh, you got to keep your head low. Diana, what's the future hold for you? Any ideas? Diana will be with us
No.
intermittently throughout the seasons. She's here. She's got things to share.
I'm watching some other shows, but
There you go.
yeah, Julie, does anybody watch What We Do in the Shadows? It is
I'm
so
supposed
fucking
to start
cool.
watching it.
It is about a bunch of vampires who live in Staten Island, and they're being followed around by a bunch of cameras for a reality television show.
Oh, that'd be fun. What is it?
What We Do in the
what we
Shadows.
do in the shadows.
Is it funny or is it
It's
serious?
a comedy. It's
Yeah.
a dark comedy.
Half hour episodes.
Half an hour on FX. The third season is in the middle right now.
So fun.
And these vampires are clueless. They're just eating people. They're living in Staten Island. They're all from different parts of the world. They're like 7,000 years old. There's an energy vampire who sucks the life out of you. It's hysterical. I
okay.
thought we should do that one because it's so like it's vampires, but it's fun.
I like that. I did
And
that.
it's
I'm gonna
really
check that out.
dark and it's really intelligent humor.
I'm gonna check at least an episode out. I'll let you know because that sounds
You
good.
gotta watch. Debbie
Yeah.
loves it too.
That sounds
Well,
good.
I was told, Mike, if you watch it, don't base it off of like the first 2 episodes or the first.
You gotta go. You gotta watch.
The
You gotta
third
watch the
give it
first
to the
season.
third episode, because I guess the first 2 are just kind of weird setup, but the third one really starts getting good and
Yeah,
really.
because it's based on a movie like Buffy the Vampire Slayer,
Mhm.
but the movie really has nothing to do with the series. Like Buffy.
Okay. All right. Cool. Yeah, I'll definitely check that
It's
out.
about Modern Family, but with vampires. Absolutely, that's perfect, White Bear.
So
All right,
what
Mel.
we're saying is we're going to be covering some other things, doing
Yes.
some other things. So even though AHS
Yes.
is done, we will still be here for you guys.
Yes.
We're not sure exactly. It's not always going to be exactly same time, same place. I mean, we'll switch it around, do different things. Sometimes it'll be just a couple of us. Sometimes it'll be one of us. Sometimes it'll be
Yes.
all of us. You just
And
never
if you
know.
guys are watching anything that's new, that's cool, send us a message.
Yes, that's what I want to
Yeah.
say. So I
We
want
wanna
to say
know
we're
what you guys want to talk
Like
about.
Yeah.
I plan on watching Witcher. It's coming out December 17th.
well, what I want to
Second
say to
season.
everybody was the fact that we're going to, during this off season, now that you all are here and we're getting to know everybody, we're getting a little viewership. We're going to try a bunch of different things. We're going to show you more of our personalities. We're going to show you more things that we're interested in. I've got some things in the pipeline that have been really big for me in development for a long time, and that I'm finally going to be able to execute. That I'm going to try and share. I also have, just as a preview, I have a puppy coming. So we're gonna have some adventures with him. He'll be here on the
Julie,
8th.
You can message us. Are you
Just-
on the Freaks of AHS?
Yeah.
On Facebook?
Actually,
There's a
our
link to our Facebook group.
which
Oh yeah, or
is
just go on
Late Night
just go to our
Chaos.
Facebook group.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just go over to Late Night Chaos, and if you're not you're not there, just answer. As long as you answer the questions, you'll get in easily, no problem. And you can leave us questions there. You can also leave
Comments
us
here.
questions.
And if
You
you're
can
not
leave
on
us comments
Facebook,
after everything
you guys
processed.
can find me on Instagram. A couple of you have already. I don't care.
And you can, and so when we do these things, and if you see something that we're doing that you like, just engage. Let us know.
I think Maureen already found me. Julie, I'm on Instagram. Melinda has a channel on Instagram.
Mhm. So it's gonna be new and fun stuff coming, and we will be back.
And if you
For
leave a
AHS
message in
season
the
11.
comments, the one of us will send you a message. We're attainable. You know, we're not like hiding out or anything.
I am. I'm not on social media. Y'all.
Okay, well,
Message
I
him.
am, and
I am as well. Yeah.
and my shit's all concerts and cats. So
I'm temporarily not on social media.
thank you, Maureen. That's so sweet. I'm there for y'all. Oh, is there an official snacks email address? There is.
Yes, there is. What is
I
our
just don't
official
remember
email?
what it is.
It's a Gmail account. That's all I know.
It is a Gmail account. I do believe I put it in the description. If I didn't, I will go back and make sure that it's
You could
I think
also
it's like
email us at my email
123 or something.
or nuke
Late night snacks 123 at gmail.com.
or this is easier, but you can email us at nukasdad, NUKASDAD at gmail.com.
We'll put it down here.
Yeah.
Mel or Dawn will put it down
Yeah,
on our
well,
screen.
I will
get a
take
hold
care
of
of
us.
that. I will take care of that after everything processes.
Julie, my Instagram is DieFits10. DIFITZ10.
So it's gonna be fun.
Just so you guys know, links to all of our social media that for the chat or for the group is in the description box below this video.
Yeah.
So you don't have to freak out and be like, oh my God, I didn't get my, get the email right or whatever. Just go back to any of our videos. Dawn is great about putting all the information in every video in the description box so that you guys can easily find ways to get a hold of us. This is where I will take a
And
chance.
if there's anything you want to know, are you a cat person? Do you like music? I mean, I'm old, so I have a lot of old music stories, but you guys are all probably a lot younger than me, so I didn't know if you really cared. We're around. Oh, thank you. BRT has left our email down there.
Good. And we're also going to, I think our first freelance show of this season is going to be Halloween, right? Are we
Well, we
doing
didn't
something
talk
for Halloween?
about that, but aren't we going to do impeachment?
We're going to do a.
Yes,
we're,
we
yeah,
are.
yeah.
We are.
We're going to do a episode on impeachment. We're going to do one recap.
Yeah, we
We're
are
gonna
going
talk
to do a
about the show.
recap on impeachment, guys, when it's over.
And we are going to be
Going on.
covering. We are going to definitely be covering Fire and Blood That's going to be a big show that we're going to be covering, which is the new Game of Thrones show. We will be covering that with the community. So just we'll keep you posted on that. That's not till later next year, but that's something that I'm definitely absolutely going to push on the show. But other stuff, we're not just going to be covering shows though. We're going to be showing hobbies. We're going to be doing vlog type stuff, blog type stuff. We're going to have the new puppy on board. We're going to do adventures with him and all that stuff. So Diana's going to maybe do concert reviews, the whole night. We're going to be doing
you guys are going to get to see a lot more of what we personally like to do.
And most importantly, I hope Mel shares some spiritual stuff with us because we all need it. Very much so.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody, thank you.
Description box, everything.
Mel,
please like and subscribe. We don't care, but
Mel, leave us with something special. Leave us with something profound.
Yep. Something profound.
Oh, yes. I am going to watch Dune.
Yes. We'll cover Dune.
We'll cover it.
That's so sweet. Thank you, White Bear. Thank you, Maureen. Thank you, Julie. To all our OGs, all our regulars here, our expert Debbie Ebby, our heart and our soul BRT, White Bear, Blaze, Maureen, Julie, who am I forgetting?
Okay, Mel.
Frankie was there.
Frankie, that's
Afro.
Frankie, Afro. You guys have made it all so much fun.
You changed the channel. Thank you.
Yeah, you guys have changed the channel for us.
All right, Mel. What's something profound to leave us on? The final thing.
All right. Remember that even when there is a storm, remember that when it's pouring rain, remember that some of the easiest stuff happens.
We can't.
You can dance.
There you go.
Remember that there's always a rainbow after the storm.
There you go. So in the middle of the storm, think of the rainbow coming.
Everybody, and they'll be nice to you. And if they're not, fuck them.
So with that, we will say we love you. We love you all for being here.
Most importantly,
we'll see you guys in the next one. So have your notifications turned on.
Thank you. Thank you.
Be kind to yourself and be kind to someone else because they deserve it too.
Do not neuter your pets. Do not neuter your pets. Keep their balls intact.